As we look out today, Sunday, November 23, 2025, the UK finds itself in a moment of transition. The landscape is painted in muted grays with clouds hanging low and a sense of anticipation in the air. It's a time to reflect on the week that's just passed, and to look ahead at what's coming next. The recent cold spell, which gripped much of the country in its icy hold, is now fading away. The sharp bite of frost that greeted us each morning is softening, and the landscape is slowly thawing as the sun peeks through the clouds. Just last week, we experienced the first real taste of winter. For many, it meant waking up to a world dusted in white, with snow blanketing roads and gardens, and windows etched with delicate ice crystals. The frosty mornings were a reminder that winter had truly arrived, at least for a little while. But now, things are changing quickly. A sweeping Atlantic weather front has surged in from the west, pushing out the cold air and replacing it with milder, wetter conditions. The skies are once again dominated by thick clouds, and the streets glisten with fresh rainfall. The risk of hard frosts has dropped significantly, and in their place, we're seeing more frequent showers and generally unsettled weather. Fields and parks are damp underfoot, and the air feels heavier, carrying the scent of rain. Temperatures have climbed, now sitting comfortably in the mid to high single digits across much of the country. It's noticeably milder than last week, and people are venturing outside in lighter coats, enjoying a brief respite from the chill. In the south and west, some areas are even reaching double figures, a welcome change for those who prefer milder weather. There are occasional sunny intervals, and the wind carries a gentler touch, though it's never far from turning brisk. Showers sweep through with bursts of gusty wind, and leaves swirl along wet pavements. It's a classic transitional day, one foot in late autumn, the other stepping toward winter's heart. This shift in the weather marks the beginning of a much more dynamic and unsettled period for the UK. Fast-moving clouds and choppy seas hint at the energy building in the atmosphere, promising more dramatic days ahead. The Atlantic is now firmly in control, sending waves of wind and rain across the country as November draws to a close and December approaches. Coastal areas are bracing for stronger gusts and heavier downpours, while inland, the weather remains unpredictable. The calm, settled spell is over. In its place, a more boisterous, lively weather pattern is moving in, one that will keep us on our toes as we head into the heart of winter. Stay tuned for more updates as the season unfolds. The new week brings a true roller coaster of temperatures, with the weather set to keep everyone on their toes. If you're hoping for a steady start, think again. This week is all about dramatic swings and sudden changes. Monday kicks off with a sharp return to chill, as a biting northeasterly wind sweeps across the country. The air feels raw and brisk, making it a day for scarves and gloves. Afternoon highs will only reach around 6 or 7 degrees, but with the wind, it'll feel even colder. So, be prepared for a real nip in the air. As Monday night falls, skies begin to clear and winds ease, setting the stage for a widespread frost by Tuesday morning. Northern and western areas are especially at risk, with fields and rooftops sparkling under a thick layer of frost at sunrise. It's a classic wintry scene, and one that will have early risers scraping ice from their cars. Tuesday itself remains cold and crisp, with barely a cloud in the sky, but temperatures struggling to climb. Highs will once again hover around 7 degrees at best, and the chill will linger throughout the day, making it feel like winter is far from over. As night falls on Tuesday, temperatures drop even further. Expect an even colder night ahead, with a harsh frost gripping much of the country by Wednesday morning. Streets, cars, and gardens will all be coated in a sparkling white layer, making for a beautiful but bitterly cold start. But this icy spell is only temporary. These frosty mornings mark the last gasp of cold before a major change sweeps in from the Atlantic, promising a very different feel by midweek. The first half of the week is a mixed bag. Cold starts, frosty mornings, and a definite need for warm layers and hot drinks. It's a time to dig out your winter coat and brace yourself for brisk walks and icy pavements. But don't get too comfortable with the cold. This snap is short-lived, and change is just around the corner. As the sun rises higher, the last patches of frost begin to melt, hinting at what's to come. By late week, a major pattern shift arrives. Milder, unsettled weather sweeps in from the Atlantic, bringing rain, wind, and a noticeable rise in temperatures. Umbrellas and raincoats will quickly replace hats and gloves as the weather turns wetter and breezier. So get ready for a dramatic shift as the week ends. A true weather roller coaster. From icy mornings to milder, stormier days ahead, stay prepared for whatever the skies may bring. The coldest night arrives between Tuesday and Wednesday. High pressure, clear skies, and light winds will send temperatures plunging. Expect a widespread sharp frost, one of the most significant so far this autumn. Towns and cities could see -1 to -3 degrees. Rural valleys may dip to -5. Icy patches and thick frost will greet many on Wednesday morning. Even with sunshine, the low sun angle means little warming. Afternoon highs barely reach 4 or 5 degrees. Some foggy spots may stay near freezing all day. This is the final punctuation mark on the recent cold spell. But out in the Atlantic, a surge of milder, wetter, and windier air is gathering strength. A dramatic transformation is on the way for the end of the week. Thursday brings a dramatic shift as the jet stream strengthens, steering Atlantic systems straight at the UK. Milder air floods in, rapidly raising temperatures. Some southern areas could see 13 or 14 degrees. Winds strengthen, clouds thicken, and rain spreads from the west. The frosty calm of midweek is quickly replaced by unsettled, wet, and windy conditions. This isn't a one-off, it's the start of a prolonged spell of Atlantic-driven weather. Expect frequent rain, sometimes heavy and strong winds, possibly gale force in exposed areas. The days of quiet, frosty weather are over for now. Meteorologists call this a zonal or westerly flow, a classic UK winter setup. While it brings milder air, it also raises the risk of storms and flooding. The weather is about to get much more active. The zonal pattern means the jet stream flows straight from west to east, acting as a highway for storms. Low-pressure systems are fired directly at the UK, bringing rain and wind in quick succession. A strong jet stream energizes these storms, sometimes leading to rapid deepening and severe weather. Southern UK sees the mildest air, while the north can get colder air and even snow on high ground. All major weather models agree, a stormy, unsettled start to December is coming. Prepare for heavy rain, strong winds, and the potential for named storms. The quiet, cold spell is over. Dynamic weather is here. This shift will define the next couple of weeks. To understand our coming storms, look across the Atlantic to North America. A major cold spell there creates a sharp temperature contrast with the warm Atlantic. This fuels a powerful jet stream aimed straight at the UK. The bitter North American cold energizes the storm track, heading our way. The polar vortex, currently strong over the Arctic, helps keep the cold locked up, but can send out energy pulses. These pulses spin up low-pressure systems that become our storms. The combination of North American cold and a strong polar vortex creates the perfect setup for UK storms. These systems intensify as they cross the Atlantic, arriving as deep, potent lows. Get ready for wind and rain powered by global weather engines. Forecasters rely on a suite of sophisticated computer models, each crunching vast amounts of atmospheric data from around the globe. Right now, all the major models, whether European, American, or UK-based, are in rare agreement. They're painting a consistent picture. Stormy, mild, and unsettled weather is locked in for late November and early December. This level of consensus across different models is unusual, and it gives meteorologists increased confidence in the forecast. The models are showing a relentless procession of low-pressure systems barreling in from the Atlantic, some of which are expected to rapidly intensify as they approach the UK. These systems bring with them the potential for strong winds, heavy rain, and turbulent conditions, especially along western coasts and exposed areas. While the exact tracks of these storms can shift from run to run, the overall pattern is unmistakable. An exceptionally active Atlantic with frequent storms, lined up one after another. This means the UK is set to be in the firing line for repeated bouts of unsettled weather, with only brief lulls between systems. Ensemble forecasts, which run the models dozens of times with slight tweaks to the starting conditions, are also telling a clear story. They show a sharp temperature rise by late week, with most scenarios pointing to a sustained spell of above-average temperatures. There's little sign of a return to cold, and the risk of frost or snow is minimal for now. Rainfall signals are strong and persistent, reinforcing the message of a prolonged wet and windy phase. Many areas could see repeated spells of heavy rain, raising the risk of localized flooding, especially in already saturated regions. The lack of cold runs in the ensembles is significant. Mild, stormy weather is the dominant theme. For those hoping for a wintry chill or early snow, the models simply aren't supporting it at this stage. Hopes for a pre-Christmas cold snap are on hold for now. Instead, we're looking at green grass, damp fields, and temperatures that feel more like autumn than winter. The models are in strong agreement. Prepare for wind and rain. Gusty conditions and persistent downpours will be the norm, so it's wise to keep waterproofs and umbrellas close at hand. The next 10 days look very unsettled, with a little sign of a break in the pattern. Each new model run only strengthens the signal for more of the same: wet, windy, and mild. So, as the pattern evolves, stay alert for updates. Meteorologists will be watching closely for any changes. But for now, the message is clear. The UK is in for a spell of classic Atlantic-driven weather: wet, windy, and mild as we head into December. While the next week or two look mild and stormy, weather patterns can shift quickly. Long-range models hint at a possible change by mid-December. The jet stream may weaken and buckle, allowing high-pressure blocks to form. If a block sets up over Greenland or Scandinavia, cold Arctic air could return to the UK. Some models even suggest a split in the polar vortex, which can unleash significant cold spells. While uncertainty is high, the chance of a mid-December cold snap is greater this year than in recent winters. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Man need the stall, one buying with mine. Now the stormy setup delays any return to wintry weather, but don't rule out a wintry turn as Christmas approaches. In summary, the UK is heading into a dramatic, unsettled spell as November turns to December. The recent frost is over. Mild, wet, and windy weather is taking over, driven by a powerful jet stream. Expect frequent rain, strong winds, and the risk of named storms, especially in western and coastal areas. Prepare by securing gardens, clearing gutters, and planning for possible travel disruption. The mild air is a brief comfort, but stay alert for weather warnings. Long-range forecasts still hint at a possible return to cold by mid-December, so keep your winter gear handy. December's weather story is just beginning, and it promises to be interesting. Stay safe and stay informed.